Have you ever experienced this? You're thinking about treating yourself to something new, perhaps splurging on shopping, getting a flashy new phone, or planning a weekend getaway. Then, suddenly, it hits you. Next week, you've got rent due or that looming monthly car payment, not to mention a pile of other bills waiting to be settled. And all of this while you're working with a limited budget. It's a tough choice. Indulge and enjoy life a bit, or buckle down and take care of those responsibilities. These kinds of dilemmas are all too familiar in life, aren't they? Dave Ramsey emphasizes a key principle in his book, The Total Money Makeover. If you will live like no one else, later you can live like no one else. Essentially, this means that if you aspire to live like the top 1% in the future, you need to adopt the habits and actions that the other 99% of people are not taking. Ramsey asserts that achieving financial freedom is 80% about behavior and only 20% about knowledge. I'll be sharing 5 practical lessons from this book. By implementing these lessons, you'll not only change your behavior, but also move closer to achieving financial freedom. Someone's physical health doesn't deteriorate instantly. Their health declines gradually due to an unhealthy diet and lack of exercise, resulting in minor changes that may go unnoticed initially, but can have significant consequences if ignored. This concept also applies to your finances. The author suggests treating your finances as you would your physical health. Just as you can't lose 10 kilograms of weight in one night, you can't become a millionaire overnight either. Your financial situation doesn't deteriorate suddenly. It's the result of past decisions. The first part of anyone's money makeover is accepting that there is a problem. But accepting looks easy, hard to implement. You can easily fool everyone else and possibly even yourself into thinking that you are in good financial shape. Do you have more debts than you have assets? You are financially out of shape. Just accept, face the reality, and make some changes around here. The journey won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Murphy's Law states that anything that can go wrong will go wrong. If you don't have an emergency fund and need to seek help from others, then you haven't completed your first baby step towards achieving financial stability. Because, according to the author, there is always a time in everyone's life when financial problems may arise. The emergency fund works like an umbrella that saves us from unforeseen circumstances, such as being laid off from a job or facing business losses, or any health issues or other requirements in the family. Many people used to rely on credit cards thinking they could withdraw cash or trust their life insurance policies. But in all of this, there are hidden conditions that many people are unaware of. Many people think it's great to have 2 credit cards and a stable job, so they don't need to save. But when you withdraw cash from a credit card, know that it comes at a high cost, and you incur interest charges daily, and many people are not aware of the negative power of compounding and the dangers of high interest rates. So when you only pay a little bit of your credit card bill, your majority payment goes only towards interest, not reducing your bill, but increasing it. It will become difficult to bring your outstanding balance to zero. That's why withdrawing from a credit card can be very dangerous. You have to rely on yourself, not others. And start by saving at least 3 to 6 months' salary so that your emergency fund starts working immediately. Because I have seen many people who had a good salary, but before the month ended, their bank balance became zero, and if they needed emergency money, they had to borrow from others. People will help you once or twice, but not repeatedly. So this emergency fund is our baby step number 1. If you set more than this, it's even better, and you have to keep it in a place from where you can easily access it. You don't have to invest your emergency fund and avoid keeping it in a savings account, as you'll be more likely to spend it from there. To build your wealth, your income is the powerful weapon, while your debt is the formidable enemy. The author advocates using the debt snowball method to eliminate debt. Imagine throwing a small snowball from a snowy mountain. As it rolls down, snow accumulates, turning it into a giant ball. Similarly, by consistently paying off your debts like a snowball, they will gradually diminish, much like a snowball growing in size. Ramsey emphasizes that anyone can achieve financial freedom when they have no debt. To start the debt snowball, list all your debts, prioritizing them from lowest to highest amount owed. Begin by paying off the smallest debt first, using the money saved to tackle the next debt on the list. The snowball is now getting up to speed, and what seemed to be a tiny, tiny snowflake at first will eventually turn into a freaking avalanche. Though the process may be challenging, remember Ramsey's advice. If you will live like no one else, later you can live like no one else. You now have an emergency fund for a rainy day, and you're almost debt-free. It's time to make sure that your financial health will remain well your whole life. To make sure that you'll be prosperous your whole life, you should invest 15% of your income in retirement. I'm referring to the before tax gross income here. The process of how to do this is country-specific. First, you should make sure to maximize any savings where you have a company match. So if your company doubles the money that you invest in your 401k up to, say 3% of your gross income, use that to your advantage. After that, max out your Roth IRA, where money will grow tax-free. You might think the author is discouraging you from enjoying life and instead advocating hard work. However, the author suggests that true enjoyment comes from experiencing financial freedom, not from indulging in temporary pleasures funded by loans. See, there's a single trick to achieve financial freedom, sacrificing short-term desires for long-term gains. Once you're free from debt and have financially secured yourself for a year, it's time to maintain your financial fitness, just as you maintain physical fitness. Once you are physically fit, you don't need to engage in aggressive exercise or heavy weightlifting. Simple maintenance exercises are sufficient. Similarly, to maintain your financial health, Ramsey suggests investing in 4 different types of mutual funds. You can invest in various avenues like index funds, mutual funds, stock funds, or profitable businesses. When your money makes more money than you do, you are officially wealthy. If you can live off 8% of your money nest egg, you never have to work again. If you don't want to, calculate where that point is for you with your current lifestyle. When you reach this point, congratulations. Now go out and enjoy the freedom, self-confidence, and feeling of security that such a financial state brings. If you follow these steps, you will for sure become rich. It's a proven method, and it absolutely works. There are innate human temptations that may resist you from pursuing this journey. You need to fight such resistance and temptations to reach such a level.